When did you see the difference between like our people were historically resilient and oh my gosh, we're living in a historic moment right now and the same kind of thing is happening? Like when did that, right now I live in a nice Jewish bubble, but in the past our people went through a lot of things and today I have pride about who we are. And then there's this thing of, oh wow, we're in that same cycle again. Where does that happen?
We're about to need to be resilient again.
I would say that was actually a pretty recent shift and a pretty recent understanding within the last couple of years. I would say really 2 years, probably within the last 2 years, in the sense of there's always, you'd hear on the news, there's maybe there was an anti-Semitic attack or this and that would happen over the years, but there was nothing that I would say caused this personal alarm. And I would say that really depended. There've been different, unfortunately, there have been different acts of anti-Semitism that have happened over the years. But I would say for myself, when that bubble, I would say that imagery officially kind of really understood, I would say was really within the past couple of years, and seeing a not only social anti-Semitism, but an institutional anti-Semitism as well.
Where did you see it?
So definitely within some political spaces, but as well as on the college campus. I think, and I will say even today, that is I would say college campuses, and it's not all college campuses. There are plenty that have no issues at all.
Who's the worst?
That's a great question. I would say there's probably a few up there. I don't want to name them.
Why not? It's okay. I mean, I think the point I'm trying to make, and I'm sorry to derail you from the rest of your answer, but the point I'm trying to make is that I think it's the ones that are actually have more resources, are more developed, are more, on the surface, more open. That's where you actually meet anti-Semitism. You don't meet anti-Semitism in some, in the backwoods of some place. It's actually right. The University of Berkeley. It's on the shores. It's not like in the mountains somewhere. That was my point.
That's a great point, and I think that unfortunately, in also you'll have these campuses that are supposedly they'll label themselves as very diverse, very inclusive, yet oftentimes Jews are left out. So I will say oftentimes it is the more, I would say, labeling themselves as progressive campuses. But what I would say to that is that if they're leaving any groups out, and of course we're focusing on anti-Semitism, so if they're leaving Jews out, they're actually not that progressive. And I would say really just kind of that understanding that within the past couple of years, seeing anti-Semitism really reach an interesting height on college campuses, I would say really where that leads to, and the problem with that is that when you're teaching anti-Semitism, or when people are teaching essentially to leave out Jewish people, then there's issues because people will, if part of their education is, whether that's overtly or by just default leaving out Jews, they will go on to continue leaving out Jews out of their spaces.